Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of our World of Warcraft gearing series. I'm recording this one right before I go to bed. I just want to talk to you guys about a couple of things. So, the first of all, I'm going to reiterate a little bit about the rules. Obviously, I said that I would do everything on my own, which that's the plan. However, when we continue the series upwards of, item level, 395, 400, 400 and plus, etc. I don't see a point in, not inviting friends or doing dungeons with friends. Because at that point, they're not helping me. I've already gotten the gear. I'm just a tank, and most of the friends I have are okay players. They're not gonna be the ones who walk through a dungeon and carry me, and I don't have friends like that. I'm not that lucky. No. So that's one of the things I wanted to just reiterate. That was on my mind when I made the rules. I just didn't properly communicate that. And obviously, these episodes take a while to make, especially now that, we're at the point where world quests don't really give us any loot, like, not any meaningful loot. We're up to 381, and world quests are not really going to give us anything past the week, like the emissary chests. So I was thinking, maybe it would be a good idea to, at least try to make these a little bit more frequent once we get to the point where I need to do Mythic Plus. I'm not saying I'm going to do one episode a day because that's just unrealistic, and I'm working on a lot of characters, and I keep adding more characters to that list without considering how much time I have. Yeah. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna need your thoughts. I really wish like I had all these concrete thoughts and everything in the earlier episodes so I could get feedback sooner. For now, I'm just going to continue the way I've been doing it. And one thing I definitely noticed is that I keep saying at the end of clips, "See you in the next clip." It sounds dumb to me, but it kind of makes sense to say because I mean I am cutting sometimes between like days for me personally. So yeah, I'm gonna just give me some thoughts on it. And one question I have for this episode specifically is, this episode 7, obviously, I've been working on these for about a month. By the time you see this, I'm probably working on like episode 10 or 11 because I'm working on this really far ahead so I don't have to rush and get things done really fast. So, if you guys like this series, obviously I want to know, but would you be interested in me doing this on another character? Maybe something that is going to be a little bit different. Like in this case, I'm a tank, right? I'm comfortable with tanking. I can tank whatever content. I've tanked that, the high end, and I've tanked that, casual gameplay, and I've, done Mythic Plus boosts as a tank. So you're gonna have to let me know how that all goes, and I could definitely see myself making another episode of this, or another series, excuse me, where I'm gearing something else. That could be fun, especially when the next patch comes. And the funny thing is, when I'm recording this, the patch might already be out for us. Like by the time you see this video, um, when it's out, obviously I'll keep gearing the warrior as if it was my, you know, character I play on. I want to do some of the raids on it, and then we could really get some recorded clips in for that. And I need feedback. And in this case, obviously, this is a bit far into the future, a bit far fetched. If I was to try to kill some of the raid bosses, would you guys like just an episode dedicated to that? And you could see, the attempts on the bosses, or do you just want to see the kills? I would be very much interested to know. Hopefully, I don't start raiding on this character before this episode comes out. It's very unlikely, because I'm not going to be spamming Mythic Plus. Like, I've said it a lot in the last episode. I am working on 7 characters, and 7 characters are a lot of work in this day and age. And I might add another to that list soon. So yeah, I'm gonna need some thoughts and opinions and feedback on that. And yeah, I'll see you guys when we do another Mythic Plus tomorrow, which is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to get at least a 6 or between 6 and 8 done, but if I'm feeling frisky tomorrow, it's only Monday for me tomorrow, so I have 2 days until the reset. I might try to go for a 10. That could be pretty cool. That'll be my first time tanking a 10 in the Season 2 affix with the reaping and all that. So that could be pretty interesting. And, you know, if I'm feeling frisky, I might go for that. Other than that, you know, I think the warrior can definitely handle it because it just literally feels like the warrior doesn't take damage. So yeah, let me know. I've been talking for way too long. So see you guys in the next clip. I just said I was gonna stop doing that. But anyway, see you guys in the next clip. Yeah. Hey guys, so we're in the Waycrest Manor, level 6 key. I'm commentating this after I did this because when I was doing the dungeon, there were constructions right outside my window, so I had no chance to record. And since the week is coming to an end slowly but surely, I thought, you know what? I'll just commentate over and talk about my thoughts during it. Afterwards, I mean. So, I'm tanking it, obviously. I did try to find a tank, because I wanted to try Fury. I've got two-handers now, and I wanted to try Fury. But some things you're going to see, like in the early parts, is that I'm going to get lost. And that's simply because it's been so long since I did Waycrest. It's been 7 months, so I go. I'll explain it when it comes to it, what my thought process was when I did it, but I have reasons. So we had a bit of a team that didn't really know how to control their DPS. As you can see here in the start, we went to 5 stacks, which is just insane. I wasn't really ever worried about me, but here, I saw a mob run up the left side here, so I was like, oh, wait, it's left side, right? But it turns out I'm fucking dumb. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. Yeah, it's been way too long. And I do it again soon. It's really, really sad. It gets better after this part. Like, I basically get lost like these here I try to go that way. I've never seen that door open. So I'm like, I must have to go that way, right? So yeah, one thing to keep in mind as well, I'm recording this commentary like an hour after I did the dungeon. I'm very tired, and I was very tired when I was playing because I didn't actually get to sleep at all because, you know, Icelandic summers, and we end up with sun at like 4 in the morning. So yeah, that's the thing. I should have been taunting that mob over there. I didn't really you know, see it was lose. I was, again, tired. Here I'm like, I popped cooldowns because the tank healer did die and I wasn't very confident, but I forgot it's a priest. So he was going to go into his angel form. So I don't think I needed to pop cooldowns, but I mean, it's fine. So I go in here like a complete idiot. I'm like, I can jump down there, right? It's been so long that, like, I'm seriously just like, I'm just like trying to use my brain here. I used to boost this dungeon. It's insane how fast you forget things. I'm like, sure, I can go down there, right? Spoiler alert, no you can't. You know, it's fun making fun of myself in videos sometimes because, you know, you guys can appreciate my idiocy, you know? If I could even say the word properly, it's not idiocy. Yeah, you can see, you know, I'm a bit like, at this point, I'm just like thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing? Like, I still try to go jump down there, and that's the really funny part. I'm like, yeah, I could go down, right? Nope. There's an invisible wall. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Excuse my language. I'm just like so fucking lost at this point. I'm like, oh my gosh. But thankfully, now I pretty much know where to go. At this, like, once we've done this, I didn't need to pull that pack, but I wanted to do it because I felt like someone else was gonna pull it anyway. And looking at, you know, hindsight is a beautiful thing. I don't think I needed to. I'll be completely honest, but yeah. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do a higher key than this in this episode, because I mean, the reset is almost upon me. It's getting close, so there's a possibility I'll just settle with an 8. I got Motherload, and I'll be completely honest, I haven't actually done Motherload as a Mythic Plus yet. it's really weird. I've done all the other ones like 30 times or something, but I haven't done Motherload ever on Mythic Plus. I've done it on the normal version, but I've never done it on Mythic Plus. It's really, really disappointing to me, but I just don't like the place. Like, it's not that it's a hard dungeon. It's not. It's relatively easy. The bosses, I know what the bosses do. I know what most of the trash does. I just don't like the place, and that's kind of the way I am. If I don't like something, I kind of just like don't do it. But you know, maybe I'll do it. We'll see. Probably not gonna be able to do that this week though, because again, the reset is almost here, and yeah, it's a thing. So far it's been pretty good, but we obviously have a shitload of trash to clear, and Waycrest is one of those dungeons like, okay, so I don't like Motherload at all. I'm really much on the verge of not liking Waycrest either. I don't know why. It's just like it's tyrannical and it's got 5 bosses. But the timer is very like easy to get anyway, even though we make a lot of mistakes this run. But at the same time, like I just don't like the dungeon. I feel like it's just annoying. There are so many annoying things, you know. The warding candles from the witches, the big witches, the infests on these maggots. The bosses are very uninteresting. The only bosses I do like is, what's it called? I forgot what the name of the boss is, but you're gonna see in the end of the, on the end of the, oh crap, I stood in that. I was trying to like tab target to the mob because my nameplates were like hidden. I couldn't see the guy. I should have been targeting him from the first place, but yeah. And here I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like accidentally moving forward because like my brain wasn't functioning. And here we're going to 4 stacks. I'm trying to just like, I popped my rallying and everything, trying to keep us alive there. And I should probably chill here, you know. It's probably a good idea to chill and not pull that. So far it's, you know, it's okay, but I kind of don't like being a tank on bursting, especially in pugs, right? Because this healer is 400 item level. It's a random healer again. I forgot to mention. I mean, obviously it's a fully random group. I don't know any player in this group. It's a fully random group, and I'm used to playing with healers that can handle 5 stacks, 5 and 6 stacks, right? But in pugs, they usually don't handle more than 3. So like here we got 4, and he takes like forever to heal us back up. But yeah, it's a weird thing. This is like, I like doing pugs because it kind of like lets you play with, you know, the normal players. Because I'm usually the DPS and, you know, pretty serious, not serious keys. I never did any pushing like high-end keys. Like I think the highest I did was like 14 or 15 because I personally just don't see the point. I find it boring. Like, yes, I understand that you can do it on a higher difficulty and that's fun to you, but it's not to me. Like 10, okay, 11, okay. I did like an 11 on my warlock yesterday, and I think I've done a 6 or higher on all of my alts now. 7 characters, so that's quite a lot. So okay, so one thing you might not have seen during the boss, but you might have seen it earlier before we got into combat, is that I have a little bit of gold. This morning right before I did this dungeon, I did 2 emissaries that gave 2,000 gold each. So I got gold from that, and then I decided to enchant my gear, so I lost like 4k gold from that. So that was definitely something I wanted to do. It was, I feel like I was at the point where, you know, 385, it's worth enchanting that kinda. So I decided to do it. And I'm trying to remember when was the last time I tanked Waycrest Manor. I can't remember when I did it last time. Definitely been a while. I think the last time I did Waycrest, I was boosting some Holy Paladin back in old dear days, like 7 months ago. I was playing my DPS DK and I was boosting a Paladin. I think we were plate stacking for someone, so I think that was the last time I played. Obviously I know what the bosses do and all that. It's just like one thing that I'm relearning or trying to relearn is people are doing different routes now than people were doing when I played because of reaping. Like I've seen reaping twice. It's, you know, I've only just got back to the game, so reaping is definitely, I like reaping a lot more than infest. I found infest to be kind of counterintuitive in a way, because you're doing a mythic plus which is all about speed and efficiency and time. Here I'm like, I just wanted to get rid of these because someone else is going to accidentally pull them. Just wanted to get it done. But yeah, like with infest it's interesting because you are doing a challenge which is all about doing something fast, and then they add a thing that forces you to slow down. Like sure, when we were boosting, we just like CC'd the infest, pulled the other mobs away, killed, blah blah blah. But like for, you know, pug group, infest was a pain in the ass. Like with the pugs I did, nobody could decide. Like I was used to the standard that people can just kill the infested mobs. Like that's what we did when we were boosting. We just killed them and then killed the ants that spawned. It wasn't that big of a deal. And so yeah, I was used to that, and then, you know, as they're playing with players who couldn't do that, I ran into the wall. That was kind of funny. But yeah, I ran into players who couldn't even do that. So I'm like trying not to yawn. I'm so tired. I'm saying like a lot because my brain doesn't work because I'm tired. But yeah, so far at least I've enjoyed reaping a lot more, but the problem with it is that I now have to relearn routes that I'm not used to. Like I did a freehold 11 yesterday, and the problem was with the route that people were doing, it wasn't that bad of a route. I was playing my warlock. I was playing destruction, and I could never do my what's it called? I could never like off my cooldowns because I didn't really know when we're doing the boss, and when, like, obviously you clear to the second boss and then you go and clear a shitload of trash. Like obviously I wait for the hero timer, but the hero timer was already gone. We were still clearing trash, and you know, then we get the reaping, and ideally I want to use my 3-minute infernal cooldown on that, but I couldn't do that, so that was kind of an annoying thing. But at the same time, that just comes with practice. When you learn the dungeon, then you can, when you learn the routes, when you do them a couple times, it's not that big of a deal. You'll be fine. So far the healer has died like 3 times now, and I'm pretty sure the healer also gets lost on the way back. So I'm just gonna keep clearing. We don't need the healer if we just don't play like idiots. So I'm just like, I'm just thinking, he's taking forever. I don't see him. Like I'm looking at the map, he's going backwards again. I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna pull. I was just letting them heal up a little bit before we go, but yeah, but definitely, the warrior feels really good so far. I don't feel like I take a lot of damage, which is probably true. Like we saw in the Atal Dasar run we did. And like here, you know, ignore pain is so good. Like, yes, you take half of the damage that ignore pain doesn't absorb, but at the same time, it's still absorbing so much overall damage. It's really, really good. But yeah, so far so good. The healer gets here just in time for the boss. I look at his mana. I go and look at his mana like now. I was working on it. There we go. Mana's good, so I'm just like pull timer. Let's go. And here I play kind of the hero a little bit. I used my demo shot a little bit earlier there, missed the boss, but I got, you know, my fury or rage from it, which is what I wanted. So obviously on this boss, what you want to do is you want to run him into the fire to reduce the damage he does to the tank. But what I was like, I don't trust the healer to heal everyone else, so I'll just stay alive. I'll just save my block and, you know, start using cooldowns later on, which is fine. And then at the end you'll see I want to go for a fire, but it doesn't really work out. So realistically I should be doing it, but I've parried like 2 crushes at this point, so I'm like pretty confident that I'll be fine. I have my cooldowns for the next one, so I'm not worried at all. I should use my demo shot here. Okay, or not. I used it there, which was a waste of rage. I wasted like 70 rage. So I'm just like pretty content. I've still got a couple cooldowns left. I was gonna go kite him into that, but then they disappear. So I used my cooldowns, and yeah. It's kind of sad. I was gonna go into that fire at the end there, but it ran out. I need to use my demo shot here because the next crush is gonna hurt. So I'm just kind of preparing. I got my block up and everything. So I'm trying to help the DPS as much as I can. Definitely as you can see here, I leap all the way over to the fire and it disappears right before he runs into it. So I was not happy about that. So I just decided to, you know, whatever. I tanked it without running into fire at all. The 2 times I tried to go into fire, they disappeared both times. So that was kind of disappointing, but you know what? It's okay. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the warrior, but I'm starting to feel again like one of the complaints I have about you know, the BFA tanking is that every tank kind of feels the same. You have the generic increase block and armor, you know, paladin warrior, or increase armor, you know, everything except like the only one that doesn't feel like it would be the same is the monk. Like it just all feels the same. Kind of every class feels like that now. It feels like just a slightly tweaked version of another class. That's kind of what I feel like anyway. And yeah, I would definitely. I'm kind of like, I like the tanking, but I'm honestly just getting bored of it. And it's not because like the series or the game is boring. Well, it's just that the class is boring. That's just the thing. The class is boring. Oh, not the class, the role. Sorry, the role. Yeah. The role. I find it. I mean, some people might not feel that way, but it just, I don't know. It feels weird. Like, obviously, I grew up tanking like 10, 14 years ago. Between those times, you know, first dungeon I tanked was like Dead Mines in 2005, 2004, 2005, either one. So definitely, the tanking thing has changed a lot. But at the same time, it's still fun with all the new kind of mechanics that, you know, dungeons have, and just, you know, you control the route or route or whatever people want to call it. You control the route that people take in a dungeon. That's all you. So that's cool. That's cool for sure. Yeah, the reason you sometimes see me turning around to run is because I don't actually have backpedaling keybound. I keybound that a really, really long time ago. What I will say is that, you know, tanks kind of need it. If you're tanking like raid bosses and stuff, you kind of need it. I should not pull this group. This group was running away. I didn't need to kill them. I've already got way too much percentage. I did not need to pull them, but I did anyway. So what can you do? I wasn't even looking at my percentage counter. Yeah, it was just... I'm gonna take a drink of water here real quick. I'll leave you guys with the gameplay. Obviously, I think this series is fun to do. It's definitely interesting kind of cataloging everything you do. Yeah, it's enjoyable, but at the same time, at a certain point, things are just going to become a pain in the ass, kind of.
4, 3,
when you like
2,
get
1.
to a point where the content you're doing isn't really suitable for random groups, then it's probably something that's just going to get slightly frustrating. But at the same time, that's kind of like fun anyway. I don't know what I'm doing here. I should just be trying to keep aggro on them. But it's really hard because they obviously take reduced damage, so keeping aggro on them is pretty hard. It's all based on damage done now as tank. You can't just sunder armor for a shitload of threat. But yeah, I'm just I felt this dungeon was relatively easy. I pretty much invited whatever I saw. Like I just looked at them I didn't even look if they had any kind of Mythic Plus experience at all. The only one I think that did was the Monk. I think the Monk had like 1400 Raider IO score on his main or something like that. So like that's the only one there that had any proper experience apart from me. So there's definitely like these players aren't they don't do Mythic Plus a lot from what I could see anyway. I did look at it after I invited people. And I didn't really mind because I had a very limited time frame of when I could do this dungeon in terms of my daily, like what I had to do during the day. So I kind of just had to take whatever there was to take, and I did. So that's cool. Now, what I'm gonna do is tomorrow for me is a reset day. I'm gonna record the clips for me opening the chest on all of the characters, and maybe put it in this episode. I might do it. I have a feeling people wouldn't mind, but at the same time that's kind of taking away from the Warrior series itself. So maybe I'll just do the Warrior actually. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'm here like we don't need that trash pack, so if we go this way, it's slightly longer. But looking at it from hindsight, just pulling that trash would have probably just been faster than running all the way around. But I decided to run all the way around anyway. So yeah, I was definitely looking like, yeah, we can two chest this. I can get like an 8 key. That would be great. So I'm just making sure everyone gets here. The shaman is a little bit behind, but that's okay. The problem with going in on this side is that you have to kill these two trash packs. You can't, as far as I remember, you can't skip the second pack either. So yeah, that was kind of annoying that you couldn't skip it. As far as I remember, I might be wrong at this point. Like, it's been so long, I might be wrong. Did I say it's been so long, I might be wrong? I meant, it's been so long, I might be wrong. And obviously at the back of my head, I'm thinking the roaming little big girl is coming. Like, I knew it without even looking. Like, I just knew the timing. Like, she was going to be there soon. Which is, I didn't let it catch me by surprise. I'm definitely taking a lot of damage here, because I'm tanking a lot of mobs and they're spellcasters primarily, so that's the weakness of the warrior, is that we don't deal with spellcasters that well. I do pop my big cooldown here and get wings from the priest. I'm trying my absolute hardest to just stay alive. And as you can see, like I was doing a lot of healing and I was doing a lot of damage as well, because the warrior does surprising amount of damage. Was I in the thing? Oh, I was. Damn. Okay. I think I actually stood her inside the thing. I'm gonna die there because I went for that taunt and the other guy hit me in the back. I have a weak aura that would tell me, so I'm not sure if I was stood in it. There's a possibility I was, but I didn't feel like it. So here, I'm looking, just going the same route that we did, and I kind of slow myself down a little bit because I have an idea, but then I cancel that idea. My idea was I enter the big guy's room and go down the stairs there. There's one trash bag in between me and my group. However, I wasn't sure if they would be waiting for me there, so I was like, I'm just going to go the other way. It will take a little bit longer. So like here, I decide I'm just going to go the other way. It's going to take a bit longer, but that's okay. That's definitely okay. So obviously it just, door, down. And so far, it's been okay run, like with random players that aren't experienced with Mythic Plus at all. This isn't bad. This is definitely not a bad run. Like you could have really bad runs compared to this. This isn't bad at all. And I just go for a big pull because I trust my warrior a lot. Like my warrior is really, really tanky, and I trust my warrior a lot. As you can see on the damage, I'm obviously doing a lot of damage, which is like kind of the nature of warriors right now. They're actually probably getting nerfed in the next patch for that reason. They just do too much damage. As you can see, like it's just too much. Comparing that with all the absorbing and blocking I do, it's a lot. So here I'm like waiting for people to stop DPSing, but they're not stopping. It took them forever to stop. I was very, very annoyed with that. And I died again. But yeah, it was definitely a little bit annoying, and the priest is getting annoyed. Ignore the fucking bursting. It wasn't bursting that killed me though, buddy. It was the fact that you killed someone else. I remember looking at it. I think I did. He healed. He was casting a heal on someone else who was. And I understand the thought process behind it, but the thing is, right? When you're a healer, this is one thing that you have to note, and always, especially in dungeons, this is what has to go through your head. The tank is your top priority, because if the tank dies, it's way more impactful than if a DPS dies. In most situations, like obviously, you can look at the bosses at 1%. I can save the warrior who's going to execute, or I can save the tank who's got nothing left. Sure, but if the tank survives, you keep the tank up, the tank will probably kill the boss anyway. So I feel like in every situation in dungeons, the warrior, the tank is always worth saving every time over anyone else. And especially as a priest at a situation like that, you should let yourself die rather than the tank, because you have the angel form, so you can keep the tank up even if you die. But yeah, so far as we can see, the DPS is pretty good from the elemental shaman, but the other ones not so much. One of the things I need to get out of the habit is that I use my revenge a lot without getting the free proc, meaning I'm wasting 30 rage on that rather than, doing, absorbing or something like that. And yeah, definitely something I need to get out of the habit of. So, the boss is now gonna die. And the last boss is a mess. I'm telling you guys, the last boss is an actual mess. And you guys will see why. I'm gonna tell you what happens, actually. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna let you guys figure it out. It's gonna be fun. Trust me, I was trying to tank the boss and I was doing my best at that, but trust me, there are some things that I have to end up doing, which is obviously not ideal. But I mean, it's fine. I was really hoping we could there's a prime example. Don't hit that mob, just let that mob, just wait for it. You know, you extended the bursting by 3 seconds and added a stack on top of it. So I'm gonna just go and look at the healer's mana here. Seemed fine, so I'm like, I'll just do a full timer.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So obviously we should know what happens on this boss, right? The ad spawns and you have to kill the ad and, you know, then you burn it. But watch the screen, there's nobody running over to the fire thing. So I'm like, should I do it? I'm like, we're killing the boss pretty fast, should I? And I'm like, yeah, I should, but the mob is dead. It's just too late. I was just too late. But still, there's nobody burning the ads. I tried there, and I'm obviously trying to tank the boss at the same time. So, you know, the monk is telling people to do it, but they're just not, I don't think they understand how it works. Like there, the shaman goes and gets it, and throws it on the mob that is alive instead of the corpses. Right, obviously you need to burn the corpses that you've already killed, else it doesn't work. So here I'm like, we're gonna wipe if I don't just do this. So I'm just gonna end up going for it. I should be doing a better job of trying to tank the ads. I tried to fear it there to interrupt its cast. But yeah, I'm definitely like really tired of this. I'm just gonna like, I'll just do it. Next time I see it, I'm picking up the fire. I look at it there, I'm like, I have to do this. This is like, nobody else is gonna do this, so I'll just wait. Here I'm like waiting as long as I can until all these ads die. I even charge to them. I want to get all of them. That's my plan. I wanna get all of them. So I'm waiting. There. Now's the perfect time. Nice. So now we only got, you know, 3 ads. I pick up the thing again. We're trying to kill the ads again. Burn ads. Oh my god. Fucking knobs. He was kind of losing his mind a little bit here. I was having a laugh. I wish I had been live commentating that, because I was having a laugh. There the button was being annoying, but I got it. It's fine. But yeah, it was definitely kind of funny for me, because the way I consider on this boss, it's the healer's job to burn the ads. That's just how it is, in my opinion, but yeah. So, we got a +1 on the key. It was actually a motherload key. I forgot to look at it in the clip, but it was a motherload key. Yeah. So I look at the monk, and he got a really good ring for me. It's 15 item levels, and it's got versatility haste on it. Obviously, I want haste versatility, but the item level is very good here. So yeah, we're coming to a close here. He comes and trades it to me, and he was very fast. He didn't even want to let anyone else roll on this. He was probably like, these guys they don't deserve it. I don't agree. I think the shaman played well. I think the shaman, the shaman wasn't burning the ads or anything, but yeah, I think the shaman wasn't too bad. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We're up to 382 item level. Yeah, not this episode. Sorry, this clip. See you guys in the next clip. Okay, so it's the weekly reset, huh? Well, let's go take a look at what we get. This could be interesting. I've been looting all my other characters, and so far it's been relatively good. We got a ring. That's not what we need, Chief. That's not an upgrade, sadly. But we will obviously keep it because, you know, you never know what you're going to need eventually. And the key we got was a 5 Waycrest. Yeah, unfortunately, no upgrade on the warrior. It's the only character who didn't get an upgrade. My paladin got a 410 shield. Yeah, but meanwhile, I've still got a 360 shield. And I think my UI is broken. Anyway, I'm not sure if there will be more in this episode. There's a possibility, but at the same time, I'm not sure what kind of upgrades I can still get. I still don't see why this is broken, but there might still be an upgrade. Yeah. So hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next clip. So we're on the way to do this world quest here for 385 Azeroth piece, and I'm pretty much praying that it's not shoulders. I'll show it in the video regardless, but I'm hoping it's not going to be shoulders because we've already got those taken care of. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm done. It's just a couple kill quests. There's nothing important, just some Azeroth levels maybe. We'll see. I'll see you guys when we hand it in. Okay, here we are. Let's go hand this in. Please, no shoulders. Every time. Every time. As we discussed, I already have shoulders. However, we got the Azeroth level up, which puts us at 383. That's better. Disappointing. That's the second time I get shoulders. That's kind of annoying, but hey, at least I can give this 5 item levels. So, disappointing, but I'll see you guys in the next clip. I said I would stop saying that, but I'm just going to keep saying it. See you then. So, I had a bit of an idea. I have enough Titan Residuum to buy a 385, and I think I'm going to do this, and I'm going to just explain why before I do it. The warrior isn't really going to get into plus 10 dungeons yet. Like, it's going to be a little while until we can get to that, and if you're not doing plus 10s, you're getting very little Residuum, so I'm not going to be reaching the 415 pieces for a while. So I'm thinking I buy a 385 to help me get to the point of doing a 10. If I buy one of these and that helps me this reset to somehow do a 10, that means I'll be able to buy a 400 helmet, which will also go a long way to help me solidify that. So if you were going to go for max gains per se, this isn't exactly worth it, but I feel like doing it. Just, you know, it will help us gear up, and it's kind of exciting. What do we get? Kind of exciting in a way. We got a chest piece. Obviously, I bought a chest piece for a reason. And we get another deafening crash. This is what we want, because we are eventually going to replace that. The helmet, so this is definitely worth it. This is good, but I really like Bloodsport. Giving me additional, you know, absorb and the leech, I think that's definitely worth it. Azeroth Veins, obvious for warrior tanks. This helps me heal, self-heal a little bit. And this is also one of my real favorites. Using Victory Rush gives me an absorb shield. That's definitely cool as well. And then one more Azeroth level, and then we can get the get a level up on this as well. Put this at 390. We should be able to do that this week. I might even go out of my way to do some of the AP quests just to achieve that. This puts us at 384 item level. This is great. And I want to try to get working on my DPS spec as well if we were to go and swap over. I want to get working on that. It needs to put the chest on, obviously, because, I mean, it's the highest item level, and using anything else is kind of not worth it. Now, this has haste, so I might go ahead and do some simming and stuff, because, I mean, yeah, I kind of tend to do that. But also, these swords look really great. Anyway, we're up to 384. Not bad. So we'll check out what happens I'm really ahead of time in recording this since today is just the reset day. I usually take a full reset of recordings, but because I had to do the extra key in the last episode, that actually would have been, or in this episode, for pre-reset because I couldn't really fit another dungeon into the previous episode before that, episode 5. So I had to do that so I could fit this in, but we'll I'm not going to close out this episode just yet. There are still some things that we could do that could be really cool. I'll see what happens. And when something happens, I'll see you guys there. So I just discovered something I didn't previously know is that I'm on my warlock, by the way. You can actually get 400 item level pieces from the emissary. I didn't know that. So maybe I shouldn't have bought that piece that we just did, but I mean it's whatever. So yeah, just wanted to put that in case you guys want to know about that if you didn't. So I certainly didn't. So maybe some of you didn't. So cool. See you in the next one. Okay, we're about to reach kind of a special milestone in the series. Our status right now is that we're at 39 Azeroth level and we're 384, 385 item level. And I'm about to hand in a quest, and that's going to put me at level 40 on our necklace, which is I think it's a big achievement. I think I'm going to get it. Yep, we are. Nice. That means we can get some new traits as well. This is kind of a big milestone because intimidating shout? Do I even use that? Isn't that my fear? Oh, it is actually kind of useful. Ooh, that's actually really good. Oh, okay. I want that. That's pretty good. I like that. So that means that if I use this basically, if I pull a big pack of mobs, this basically becomes a defensive cooldown, which is really, really neat. And we're going to get to level this up as well to the next level. So that puts, we're still at 384. We're at 387 overall. Still don't know what, items we have that are so high that, I mean, we obviously have a crit ring over here, this ring here that we're not really using. Because I don't really want to lose that haste, but at the same time, I've got a fair bit of haste, so maybe I should get a little bit more. Let's see what our mastery looks like if I put it on. So our mastery is right. We got like 2% more chance to block, and our crit strike block went up a little bit. So it was like 31 point something percent. So 26%. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely using that. That's definitely worth it. I'll go ahead and enchant that soon. I have a little bit extra gold now. I did a 2,000 gold world quest as well. And we're getting to a point where I might start recording these like minor updates like these, getting Azeroth levels and stuff, because that's getting to a point where it's meaningful progression. Like getting the Azeroth necklace up to 40 is, I've got 10 more levels at the moment that I can get. So it's definitely meaningful updates or upgrades or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so just wanted to update you guys on that. And yeah, see you guys in the next clip. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. It's already been long enough. So we're ending the episode at 385 item level with a level 40 necklace, and I need to level up the key. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to record the um the keys that I do to level up, and if we get any loot at the end, I'll slow it down and let people see. But until we get to the I want to do at least a 7 this week, and I have 2 days to pull this off, so I'm gonna probably do some night playing or very early morning playing, and try to level up to like at least 7 or 8. I should be able to handle at least 8 right now. And soon, when we get to around the 400 item level mark, I might start changing over to Fury just to, see a bit of change of pace. Because tanking is convenient and fun, but it's well, it's not fun necessarily. It's convenient and good to be the tank, but at the same time, I'm kind of a DPS player, and when I've been away from the game for so long, I honestly can't bother researching all the routes that people take nowadays. Obviously, it doesn't really matter in like plus sevens or stuff. But what I want to do after the series is over, I want to upload frequent. When we get to the goals of 405, 410, what I want to do is transition over to uploading, at least one or two 10 plus key every week, and do it as, change around the specs and maybe even bring my other characters into it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did like it, if you did enjoy it, please throw a like on it. That's how I meant to speak. And let me know what you're enjoying so far, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.